Okay, all this. Okay. Wow. Okay, that's life already. This is coming. I thought we were more than this. Maybe they were lying. This has to do a lot with paper. I think the white wall too, right? The white under, right? Okay, even that of the body too, of the door. I think it's scrap paper. It's scrap paper. We have different kind of paper too. The white one, not right. It's cardboard. This is cardboard. But the others are maybe sugar paper, crepe paper, and all that. One different papers. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, let's check if the don't yeah, that one is working. Can you increase it as you make it on the YouTube? I mean the height. The height. I'm feeling it here. Because he said their answers. It's okay now. It's not rotating. Oh, it was rotating before. Okay, let's talk about clef, staves. Before we talk about clef, let's quickly talk about music letters. We have 7 letters in music. There are 7 letters in music, and these letters are taken from the first 7 letters of your English alphabet. A to G. A to G. I have to see this way so I can face the camera. So there are 7 letters in music, A to G. A to G. And the next thing we want to talk about are is the stave or the staff. Stave or staff. A stave or staff, S-T-A-V-E or S-T-A-F-F. A stave or staff consists 5 horizontal lines and 4 spaces in between. A stave or staff consists 5 horizontal lines and 4 spaces in between. When we say horizontal, we're talking about from side to side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this stave or staff is counting from down, not from up. So when I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that one I count 5 is actually number 1. One down is 1, line 2 follows after 3, 4, and 5. So using the board, I need to use this now. I have to fix it in such a way that the online class enjoy from it. I've seen one money here. Use the money to please. Just like that. It might not even be, maybe because it has been a little bit long. So this is the staff. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this one you close at the left side and count the lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then the spaces. Then the space you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Can we all see it? So this is a stave or a staff. So a musical staff consists 5 horizontal lines and 4 spaces in between. Then the next one to talk about are clefs. What are clefs? A clef A clef is a musical sign written at the beginning of a stave or staff. So generally we have 2 types, but musically, or what do I call the other word? The other way. We have actually 3. But we don't teach the 3rd one because it's meant only for musical instruments, except want me to do the whole 3. So the first one is called treble or G clef. Treble or G clef. It's like this. I don't know if I've seen this before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It starts from the second line of the stave, and then it goes up to the third line and comes down to the first line, and then it cuts across the fourth line outside the stave and then down this way. Must follow that rule. So the dot from the second line, can you see from here? So it goes up third line, comes down first line, goes up outside and down. Again. Can you see this? Let's take it gently to draw, little by little. So make sure it starts from second line, goes up to third line, comes down to the first line. Then from line 4, can you see another way of drawing it? Like this. So drawing what we have done here. So let me just keep that one at that. Let's do it little by little so that we can get the drawing. Again. Okay, so this is where we stop, right? Then from here, can you see it? So let's do the last lap here now. Can you see it? Then a straight line curved. So this is a step-by-step way of drawing it. Step-by-step way of drawing the G or treble clef. So what is the G or treble clef? It's a clef that begins from the second line of the staff. It begins from the second line of the staff, fixing the second line as G. This second line is G. That's where it actually got its name from, G clef. And looking at it this way, it looks like a G somehow, right? It looks like a G. What you do like this, it looks like a G, right? Okay, so that second line is line G. It starts from the second line of the stave or staff and fixes that line as G. So that is that about the treble clef. Now also the treble clef is used to sing female voices, whether high or low female voices, and it is also used to play musical instruments that have high pitch or that belongs to the female voice part. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying now. So the G clef, like I said, is used to sing female voice or play instruments that belong to the female voice part. Instruments like flute, violin, clarinet, lead guitar. They do solo parts or female voice parts. Do you understand why they do go off? So do we understand now? Do we understand? Okay. So when I say female voice, like high female voice soprano, low female voice alto, have you heard of that before? alto and soprano. So we use the G clef to represent their voice part, or musical instruments that can play something relating to the G clef, your flute, your recorder, piccolo, violins, even violas. You can use violas to play this. Violas too. Then saxophones, soprano sax, alto sax. You can use it for this too. And lead guitars, maybe one part of the pianos too. You can use for this. Female part, the top part. You can use that too. Alright, so the next one is I have to clean because there's no space. The other one is the bass. Is it bass or bass? B-A-S-S. What do we call it? Bass. Abby? Because bass is B-A-S-E, right? Okay, bass. Or F clef. So the bass clef looks like this with two dots. So drawing it on the stave, because as you draw it outside, you must be able to draw it in the stave to know the rules on how it is being drawn or written on the stave. So it starts from line 4. You count 1, 2, 3, 4. You put your dot. It begins at line 4, and then you take it. Some people draw it like this to line 3, up to line 4, and then down. And then you put your two dots on the third and fourth spaces. While some people draw it like this, any of this, it's okay. Make sure it touches the fifth line. From here to the fifth line, and then it must end at the second line. So the bass or F clef begins its drawing at the fourth line and fixes line 4 as F. So it begins from the fourth line and fixes that line as F. There are also two dots that are written close to it. These dots are placed at the third and fourth spaces of the stave. The dots are placed at the third and the fourth spaces of the stave. So the bass clef, I'm already used to calling it bass, I don't know why. The bass clef is used for male voices or instruments that shows or depicts male sounds, deep sounds like tenor trumpets, tenor saxophone, bass saxophone, tubas, euphonium, anything deep sound, tuba, euphonium, cello and double bass or double bass, anything sounding deep or baritone or tenor, anything sounding tenor, even we can also use the clarinet too. The clarinet also, we can use the clarinet also to play the bass. The tenor, as in bass clef. So to play the tenor part, you can use cello to play the tenor or the bass. can use double bass to play the bass. Tuba plays the bass sound, euphonium, deep sound, and all that. So all those kind of instruments can use the bass or the bass clef to represent the sound. So the last but not the least, which are the C clefs. The C clefs have three. The C clefs are actually three clefs. Their names are C clefs. They're actually three in number, which is number one, soprano, then alto, and tenor. These C clefs are not meant for voice. They are meant only for instrument purpose. Only for musical instrument playing of purpose. So the position, okay, let me just draw the C clef. They are alike. It is only the position of the arrow that shows what kind of C clef you're talking about. So I'll be drawing the whole three here. The C clef look the same, but the position on the stave is what makes it a soprano C clef, alto C clef, or tenor C clef. Now, when it starts from line 2, look at the arrow. This is a soprano C clef, like this. Soprano. If it is on line 3, can you see the arrow? On line 3, they just look like inverted C's. Look at C inverted the other way. So it's alto, and if it's on the 4th line, this is tenor. So this is your C, 4th line, C, 3rd line, C, 2nd line. So the way we count it on the stave is wherever you start your letter, if it is a line, the next space will be the next letter, the next line will form the next one. Like in this soprano case, this is 2nd line, right? C. This 3rd line will be D. This 1, 2, 3, 3rd line will be E. The 1, 2, 3 space will be F. The next one will be G. After G in music, you start from A. Then B. I'm only showing you how they relate. So going backward, what comes before C? B space, then A line. Can you see it? Now in this case, 3rd line is C space D. You're counting forward. C, D, E, F, G. In music, after G, you start again from A. So this space outside is A. Counting backward, this is B, A, G, then this is F. Can you see that the first line of the soprano clef is A, while the first line of the alto clef is F? They are not the same. So the position of the C matters to tell you if it is a tenor or soprano or alto. So this will be A, G, F, D, really backwards. D, E, F, G, after G, A, B, C, D, R, E. I don't know if you're getting it. Do you understand? Okay. So the tenor staff has D as the first line. Alto staff has F as the first line, while soprano clef has A as the first line. Can you see they are not the same? They have similar drawing, but their position on the stave are not the okay now. Right. All right, so we're back to what we're talking about. Easy clefs. As you can see them, they actually look alike, but the position of C's determines the kind of clef sign the kind of C clef it is. If the C is on the second line, we're actually talking about the soprano C clef. If the C is on the third line, this is the alto C clef. And if the C is on the fourth line, the tenor C clef 3 and 2. The soprano, alto, and tenor C clefs. I think we're done with the C clef saga. Okay. Can I clean the board? This is the alto C clef, and then the tenor C clef. So clefs are like musical keys, because the word clef is actually a French word meaning key. C-L-E, the word clef. Clef is a French word meaning key. So we can also say that clefs are musical keys, but they are actually musical signs written at the beginning of a stave or staff. You are right. Okay. All right. So this clef or clef are signs that gives us, they determine the letters of your stave or staff, just like how we saw on the C clef. So let's go to the other one, the two that people make use of. You know, like I said, we don't use the C clefs like that, except when we have instruments uses for it. The soprano, or which we will call the treble and the bass clef, can be used for both voice and playing of instruments. So if you don't want to make use of your C clef, you could as well make use of your treble or your bass staves. Do you understand? Some people that want to, maybe they want to open staff or open clefs like that, open staff for each instrument. They will now make use of the C clef and write the instrument they want for it separately. And it's not everybody that does that. Generally, you can use the treble or the bass clefs for it. So we're going back to the treble or G. Now this time around, we're going to write it as treble stave. The other time it was treble or G clef. Now I want to turn it to be a stave. The difference between the treble clef and the treble stave is that the treble clef has only the clef sign in the stave. But when we say treble stave or treble clef stave, anyhow you want to put it, treble stave or treble clef stave combines both the and letters it makes use of. I'm going to be drawing the stave. Like we know, it has 5 lines. Okay. The treble clef is just the clef itself, or the stave with the treble clef. But the treble stave includes the stave, the clef, with letters involved. Now, each clef sign introduces its own letters. Each clef sign introduces its own letters, has its own letters. Now the other time when I drew the C clef, you notice that where the C starts from, you have its letters, whether up or down. There was one that started with maybe F, another one started with maybe G or something like that. If you notice, each of them have their own clef, their own letters. Their own letters. So let's start with the treble clef now. Now this is the treble clef. Now the letters of the treble clef lines are E. Lines only. G. But you got it correct. Okay. Okay. Which means after E, the first space will be F. It goes wherever you start from. The next one will follow. Then line. After E comes F. After F comes G. In music, after G you start again A. After A comes B. Then space C, D, E, F. Do you understand? Do you understand? I will double close it because I'm done with this. E, F, space, G, B, C, D, E, and F. So let's focus on the lines first. The letters of the lines. We have E, G, D, D, F. E stands for every. We have something to help us remember. Then G, good, boy. Or Fanta. Every good boy drinks Fanta. God bless you, ma. Anything you want to put there, just make sure it's something that you can actually remember every time. So let's go to the spaces. We have F, A, C, E. Please don't forget that this is one. This is one. Not one here. Line one is down. Space two, space three, space four. Line two, line three, line four, and 5. So we have F, A, C, E as normal face. Or if you want to make it funny, you say Father, Abraham. So it's actually the formal name. Okay, cooks egg or can eat. Or Fola and Caroline enters. Anything you can use to remember. It's about the treble clef. Lines that starts from down, not from up. Anyhow you want to. Please, this thing I'm giving you. If you want to join the chorister or you want to have anything to do with music, you need to know this. No matter the level you reach, the highest you are still coming back to this. So this, you cannot run away from this. Cannot, except you don't want anything to do with music. But if you know maybe you want something to do with music later, you will still come back to this. It's very, very, very important. Okay, let's talk about the bass tape and then okay, we'll continue. Are we done with this? Okay. The bass stave or clef stave or staff, anyhow you want to put it. Stave and staff means the same thing. So we draw the staff or the stave first. Make sure it is just 5 lines, no extra. No extra. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, you put your dots, whichever style you want to use. But those first two are more frequently used than the last one, that's like an E. So I will use this one. I think it is more beautiful using the second one. I don't know the way I feel. Let me use the second one. Okay. Now, like I said, each clef comes with its own letter name. The first line of the bass clef is what? G. After G, A. After A, B. I'm going to make it like a ladder and step around. Then C, D, E, F, G, and A. Now I'm double closing this part because I am done. Yes, when you are done with anything musically, you use a double bar line to close. Okay, now let's check out the lines. What are letter names of the lines? Starting from line 1, G, line 2, B, D, F, and A. What is G? Let's look for something. Okay, let's use the first one too. Looking like that. Good boy deserves favor always. Good boy deserves food always. Good boy drinks Fanta always. Good boy doesn't fight always. Anyhow, Great Britain doesn't fight America. Anything you want to fix there, you are free to fight GBDFA. Don't add any other thing to it, just 5 lines. Then for the spaces, we have line 1, A, C, E, G. Now we can say all cows eat well. And that thing flows. Amina can eat garlic. Okay, I'm live. All right. So now we're talking about the great stave. It's the combination of both treble and bass staves or staffs. So yes, it consists 11 lines and 10 spaces. 11 lines and 10 spaces. Yes, the combination of both treble and bass or bass, sorry, bass stave or staff. The treble being on top, while the bass down. The treble will be the one on top, the treble staff will be on top, the bass will be, or the bass will be down. Yes, I'm going to show you the 11th line. So I actually drew it like this so that you will be inquisitive to know on the 11th line. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I gave a little space. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You asked me, why is it 10? I thought you said 11. Okay, I'm going to show you the 11th line. So before that, we have to close it up at the left hand side from the top to the bottom because it is the combination of both staves forming as one stave. Now at the extreme end, we are going to put the double bar line. Like I said, when you want to add a piece of music, you should use the double bar line, but you are not to use it until you are sure you are done with everything. But me, I know everything I'm going to do will be inside. Okay, then I'm going to draw the treble clef up here, while the bass will be the one below. Okay, as it is now, these are the things you already know. You've not known which line is the 11th line. We are going to start writing the letters so that you will see where the 11th line will come out from. So like what we did the other time, the bass stave, we're starting from there, not the treble, starting from the one down. So the first line of the treble, of the bass stave, sorry, is G. So after G, the space is what? A, then line B, space C, line D, space E, line F, space G, line A. There's no H, please. A, space B, line C. That is the middle C. It's actually a short, detached line that is written at the middle of the stave. Can you see the way it is drawn? Not just full line. They are short line. So I can decide to clean everything like this. It is there spiritually from the into there. It's there spiritually. Invisible spiritual. Okay. So what you should know, like I told you before, we count a line, a space, line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space. C is a line, which is the middle C. D is the space. Then E, line 1, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, and lastly F. So these are what you already know. The ones you don't know is B, C, and D. So this is what makes up the 11th line. So count it now. You'll find out that it's 11 line. 1, 3, 4, 5. The middle C is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Can you see that now? Then the spaces are space 1, space 2, space 3, space 4. B is space 5. D is space 6. Do you understand? B, 5. D, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Is it difficult to understand? Okay. This is the great stave or staff. Now, and the piano makes use of great stave. When you are playing your 4 fingers, you make use of the treble and the bass stave, which is called the great stave or the great staff. So those playing pianos or playing chords, they make use of the great stave. And for singing, soprano, alto, tenor, bass makes use of this also for voice. Do you understand? So for voice, the whole four human parts uses the great stave. Then for instruments, the piano. The piano plays four parts, or even if it's not even playing four parts, two is the bass. You always need two hands when playing the piano. So even if you are playing soprano and bass, you make use of it. You're playing soprano, alto, and bass. Soprano, alto, tenor on three, four fingers with the bass. You also make use of this for pianos. But all other instruments like violins or clarinet, flute, they either make use of only soprano or only the bass. You understand? Only the treble and only the bass. But all other instruments, only the keyboard or instrument playing chords. When I mean chords, they're playing two or more sounds. One instrument playing two or three or four sounds, we make use of this. But when you are playing single, like only soprano, only alto, only tenor, you either make use of treble clef or bass clef differently. We get the difference now. Any questions so far?
My question is just on this.
Okay.
You're writing, but you copy on one side, you can be.
I decided to write it this way. I could even decide to write it here so that I don't interfere with the letters. So it's safer using a pencil to write it so that it doesn't interfere with the letters. So I decided to do it this way so that you can see it very close to the notes or the letters. You can see it, the C especially. I was actually trying to show the sixth one. I could decide to write it again, but it is clearer when you write it very close to this. So you are telling the person that the sixth one is actually the middle C. It is actually that middle C that makes it 11. Without this middle C, it will still be 10 lines and or 5 lines and 4 spaces. So that middle C, bringing it at the middle, makes it that 11th line. So it's actually line 6. Following this rule, following this step, it's line 6. But without this, it's not going to be 11. It will be 5. Okay, then there's another thing I missed out here. Something called the brace or brackets. Sometimes you see it, sometimes you do not see it. Brace. But whether it is drawn or not, it is there. Brace or brackets. So that is that about the brace. There's nothing more about it.
And what does that stand for?
Which one, huh?
The bracket.
Okay, it's also what combines it together at the left side. Yes, it's what joins the two states together at the left. Sometimes you don't see it as this. Sometimes you just see it as just the straight line. It's still the same thing.
Just to cut it off, this great is only used with an instrument that can make more than one sound. Is that what?
Yes, like the piano or instrument that can play chords, or you want to play 2-3 sounds at once. One person. Yes, on one instrument, like the keyboard. The keyboard is only that instrument, or guitar. You want to play chords on the guitar, you will make use of this. What I mean chord, I'm playing 2 or 3 or 4 sounds at the same time. Not tan tan tan. No, I'm doing it right at the same time.
Like bass guitar, right?
No. Bass guitar plays only the bass part. Yes. But your keyboard now, I decide to do do mi so at the same time. do, mi, and so, I can press it at the same time. So when I'm playing do, mi, and so at the same time, I'm playing a chord. I will need this. Or even when I'm not even playing a chord, but I'm playing a bass accompaniment with a soprano or alto at the same time, I will need this. So you cannot achieve that on a flute or on a saxophone. You cannot achieve what I'm just trying to tell you now on a saxophone or even on a. The highest thing you can do on a violin is 2 notes at the same time, playing a double stop. So if you are doing 2 notes at the same time, you can still use this. But when you are going to include the bass accompaniment, you must use the grand staff. So this is called great or grand staff also. When you are using this with a bass accompaniment for one instrument, and the likely instrument you can do that is a piano. Or if you are playing a chord, even when you are playing a bass, if you are playing a chord on tenor, you also use this. You also use this. So those people learning pianos, we make use of this, the great stave. You see, for the bass, and then our bass accompaniment, and then for soprano, a melody or harmony. So when we are playing chords, we call that harmony also. We are striking 2 or 3 or 4 notes at the same time. It's also harmony. And even if you are not striking 2 or more notes, you are playing melody. As long as there's a bass accompaniment for your left hand, you use this. So those learning pianos, we use this. It's compulsory. It's compulsory to use the ground stuff. You cannot just use this and do bass accompaniment on the treble stave. It's not possible. So you have to do. You are going to use this one. So for the left hand, this will represent the left. This will represent the right. Yes. So any other questions? Okay. In the absence of questions, I think we have to call it a day. Let me show everybody the brace or the bracket. This is the great stave or the grand staff, and the middle C, number 6, actually makes up for the 11th line. If not, it wouldn't be 11 lines.